We could grow. We could develop.
As we know that heaven is not a place, and happiness lives in the heart. Long as the world keeps turning, our duty is to keep on learning. You heard?
Keep on learning. It's soaking up the game. We gon' make mistakes. We gon' go through some pain. Keep on growing. Keep on soaking up the game. If something ain't working, don't be afraid.
Hey, welcome to the Dr. Speaks Variety Show. This is Dr. Crabb, Warren Crabb, that is, the CEO and founder of Transcontinental Society Unlimited Productions. This is one of our productions, the Dr. Speaks Variety Show. And tonight is an awesome night that we have. We are honoring fatherhood. Before we go into the show, guess what? I have a special guest co-host with me tonight. The good brother, Reverend Duncan. Hey, what's going on, my brother?
Bless you, Dr. Crabb. What an honor and pleasure to be here.
Man.
Love what you're doing, man of God. So let's have some fun tonight.
Absolutely. So I was just about to say that I'm speaking on fatherhood. Now, fatherhood comes in many, many levels. We know where the ultimate father is.
Yes, sir.
And that's the perfect example of how we're supposed to be as fathers. Is that right?
I said.
Yeah. Okay, so it's real easy. The diagram is already made, unconditional love, mercy, grace, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, all these things that fathers move on to generation to generation to generation. There's a lot of research and a lot of things written about the matriarchs, but the patriarchs, the bloodline, are the men. And it seems like, like Mother's Day, man, you like to see a limousine pulling up in the projects. You know what I'm saying? But Father's Day, we get a tie.
Yeah. And it be ugly.
But let me tell you, research has shown, and this is two universities that's doing this study. One is in Madrid, one is in California. They're working together on this study, and they found that during pregnancy, the man's brains go through chemical changes, and it actually changes shapes. After the child is born, the man's brain it becomes a whole different thing than what before the child's born. There are things that are born in the man that wasn't there before. Okay, this is a scientific fact. So the man's natural instincts to do three things: provide food, clothing, shelter, and protection. They're to protect and provide, these natural instincts, they just automatically, they're not taught, you don't go to university to learn them. You don't go to college. You don't go to high school. You don't go to, to the tech. You don't go nowhere to learn this. This is automatic. It's a scientific fact. So I'm going to bring this to light because when we take that on as men, we take on something other than ourselves, and that makes it very, very important as a man. And that's not really recognized in our communities. So my job is always show things that's not recognized as positive in our communities. So that's what the Dr. Speaks Variety Show is about. That's what Ex-Cons Living in the World is about, and Ex-Cons Matters. That's what Transcontinental Society Unlimited Productions is about. That's why we ask people to donate. Donate right here. It's the Doctor Project.com, the DRR Project.com. You can scan that code right there and make your donations. We have two 501(c)(3)s that we support with those donations. The Theater of Creative Consciousness of the Art, as well as purpose through passion. All right, so let's move on with the show. All right, Madam Producer. We're going to have a video here. It's going to be it's left over from our last episodes of the unsung heroes and sheroes of our communities. So that's Madam Producer. Can you show that video?
Yeah, y'all know it. Come on, everybody feeling it. Yeah. So if you feel it in your body, say, so make the rain come down. Come on. Yeah. Say, yeah. Be boys and be girls. Say, yeah. One time for your mind behind that. Yeah. Sophisticated gangsterism. A pimp doesn't say, hey, little Badu, a little pimpin', come on. Hey, what's up, Tita? Come on, brother B, come on, say, yeah. I see you on the right, we can jam all night, come on. Yeah, wait, watch this. Well, I came to your show, I respect your flow. Now I wanna know if you want to go to the studio for a rhyme or two. What you wanna do or what you wanna do? Bring me sex, but I'm cool with that. I got the bass for stack and the bent out track. Got the song and the song. Got the studio locked down all night long. Yeah.
That last one, Synergy, he's here with us tonight. That's one of our unsung heroes. Yes. We're going to honor him tonight. But right now, we're going to go straight into finding Norma Jean. I guess we're going to show some things to you tonight. The things that we're going to show you, they're very important, very informative, and they are a part of our communities. Go ahead, Madam Producer.
I'm a virgin with no brakes. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need battery.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
Got the drop on the up, now I'm opportunistic. I like to shop in the district, copping this, copping that, I'm proper capitalistic. Dreamer, running the game in my signature trainers. Balenciaga for joggers, I might just wear Crocs at the O2 Arena, splendid. Though I'm not sure what's about to happen next. I ask for strength from the Lord up above, cause I've been strong so far, but I can feel my grip loosening. Quick, do something before you lose it for good. Get it back and use it for good, and touch the people how you did like before. I'm tired of... My intuition is telling me there'll be better days. I sit in silence and find whenever I meditate, my fears alleviate, my tears evaporate, my faith don't deviate, ideas don't have a date. But see, I'm growing and getting stronger with every breath, bringing me closer to heaven's door. Beautiful.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Everything's adding up. You've been through hell and back. That's why you're
special delivery.
I want that.
Special delivery.
I need that.
Special delivery.
Can I have that?
Special delivery. Special delivery.
I want that.
Special delivery.
I need that.
Special delivery right here. Finding Norma Jean. Make sure you get your copy. Okay, Finding Norma Jean. This is the book written by yours truly, Dr. Warren Crabb, as told to by Joseph Michael Mortensen. Joseph Michael Mortensen is Marilyn Monroe's nephew. the memoirs of him, his search of knowledge of his famous aunt, Marilyn Monroe. His family out of Brooklyn didn't want him to learn about it, and there's secrets in here that's never been revealed to the public. This is not about Marilyn Monroe. This is about Joseph Michael Mortensen. Okay, it's a hell of a book. Get it. You go to Amazon, you go to Barnes and Nobles, you go to Kindle, or you can go to the drproject.com. All right, we're going to move right along here. We're going to have our guest come on. Okay, this is a special guest. He's supposed to have been honored during our segments, the series, honoring the unsung heroes and sheroes of our communities. This brother right here, he's one of the founders of Synergy. Man, I'm not even going, I'm going to let him tell it. Okay. And this is our next guest, and we have him here with us now. Bye-bye, Taiye Renfrow. All right. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Dr. Crabb, Reverend my pastor Al Duncan.
It's such an honor to have you here. It's people like you that's out there in the communities doing things to better the communities that people don't even know about. They're reaping the benefits of your work, but they have no idea how this came about. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your company.
Yes. So me and my partners, Randy Robinson and Algernon Allen, starting back in 2010, we started a fundraising group called Synergy. And our focus, there's my partners there, our focus was to identify nonprofit organizations, mainly grassroots level organizations that are in the Philadelphia region, who are doing great things in the community with kids, their families, and providing positive impact. How the thought came about to become a fundraising group came about because, we back then in 2010, we looked around and we said, well, there's a lot of things happening in our communities all the time. What can we do to make a positive impact? How can we leverage our resources to make a positive impact? And what we found is that, well, we didn't have an ED in education, so we couldn't, put together programs and run programs. So what can we do? Oh, we have a vast network. We have a vast network of friends, in our generation, all business professionals that work in Center City and New Jersey and out in the suburbs. What we can do is that we can identify nonprofit organizations and vet them and then nominate them to become beneficiaries of one of our fundraising happy hours. So we said, well, we got to give it a name. Well, we'll call it Synergy, right? And we put a solution to it. Substance plus soul equals synergy. Wow. Bringing people together for a common cause and turning their social capital that they would normally spend at a happy hour and turning that capital into political capital by supporting these deserving nonprofit organizations. And by the grace of God, we were able to, and from the muscle, without any corporate support hardly or anything like that. We've been doing this since 2010, and we've been able to raise thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars for various nonprofit organizations, particularly the ones that, to your point, Dr. Crabb, that a lot of people aren't familiar with. No knock on Big Brothers Big Sisters, and we've raised money for them too, but everyone knows them. Everyone knows United Way. Right. Everyone knows them, right? All the big boys, but no one knows the small grassroots nonprofit organizations that are boots on the ground, doing the grunt work in our communities, supporting our kids, our communities, and their families on a daily basis. And they're not getting the state money. They're not getting the city money. They're not getting the money from the big foundations, right? For whatever reason.
A couple of months ago in South Florida, there were about 10 grassroots organizations that honored me for the work
Nice.
that I do with ex-cons living in the world today. And
Yes.
they got honored also in return, but these groups of individuals, they were all well, most of them were ex-felons, they were ex-convicts, and they came out with their boots slamming the sidewalk to make a difference, to make a change. These brothers and sisters are doing it. The vice mayor and the mayor was there. We honored them too, and they honored me. It was a beautiful thing because everybody was grassroots. There was no NAACP there. We couldn't even get the newspapers to come, and it was an event. Okay,
right.
It was a big event. But they didn't want nobody to know about these people here. They want everybody to know about the big groups. This is what we do. This is what. Now, if I was in Philadelphia with ex-cons living in the world today, I would come to Synergy for help with funding, so I go into prisons. I take letters of inspiration, written by random people, and I give them out randomly. That means whoever gets what letter is meant for them.
Right.
I do things like that, and I have what I call the Empowerment and Self-Enlightenment Show. So if I was in Philadelphia, I would come to you, huh?
Absolutely, Dr. Crabb, because it's organizations like yours. The other ones that I'll shout out on this broadcast is Bilal Qayyum. He does something very similar, right? He's up at the jails in Philadelphia every single week, and he's talking with a lot of the young people there, ones that he knows, ones that he doesn't know, to speak with them about their situation, give them inspiration. To hang in there in hopes that they'll be able to come home and become part of society in a positive way. And gun violence is a big deal, in a lot of the major cities, particularly Philadelphia, where we've had the highest homicide rate in the history of Philadelphia. And Synergy this past summer, along with 3 or 4 other groups, The Flow, Come Clean Productions, and a few others, we all came together, right? We gathered everyone together and said, hey, let's raise some money for some nonprofit organizations that are trying to fight the gun violence in our city. And we raised over $4,000 over a day party. We threw a day party and we raised $4,000. And what we do is that we give 100% of the proceeds of the collections back to those organizations. Not 10% or 20%, just to say that we raise the money. We want to make an impact.
Absolutely.
How many of you are fathers?
Everyone that was involved with this was a father.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Fatherhood is so important that you have to make a difference in the world. You're going to stand for something or fall for anything. I mean, it's okay to have a 9 to 5, come home, your white picket fence, dog, main spot. That's cool. Somebody got to pay the taxes, but somebody got to be out here also to make our communities better, safer, more educational, more culturally educated, more business minded, more inspired. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing. And
thank you.
All of you are fathers. So I honor all of you. Every last
one. And we honor you too.
Yes, sir.
To God be the glory.
All the glory.
Your man.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off and move on. But
thank you.
We're gonna have you back. All right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And we're gonna have time for you to share what you're doing, because what you're doing is so important. Okay. If anyone wants to call in, you're going to stay in the green room, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if anyone wants to call in, the number is 954-288-8982. That's 954-288-8982. You can call in with your questions, your comments. You can call in and say hi, assalamu alaikum, or shalom. Peace be with you. God bless you. May Jesus bless you. I don't care what. Just call in. Call in, and if you have any questions for Brother Renfrow, he's going to be here to answer them. Okay. All right.
God bless you.
So,
All
we're
right.
going to move on now. We're going to have a small commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
The campaign pitch, No More Crappy Childhoods, Raising Physically and Emotionally Healthy Citizens, actually was inspired by a 1998 CDC and Kaiser Permanente health study. And the study basically ended by saying if everybody doesn't learn about adverse childhood experiences, then the world is going to be a pretty crappy place, because there are going to be so many people leaving childhood with trauma, abuse, neglect, and household dysfunction that their nervous systems will not be able to function like a normal adult, and society will not be ready to handle them, right? So we have all these young adults that are leaving childhood, and obviously there is a number of consequences associated with ACEs. So our goal for this project is to find 10,000 people, and to get those 10,000 people to attend a summit and to learn what qualifies as a crappy childhood, excessive ACEs for us, and then show them how to get help for themselves, how to break generational cycles, and then even to how to keep the conversation going. Like, refer a friend. If we get access to these people, 10,000 people will help us meet our 1 million goal by 1%. And we think 1% is a small percent of the population, but with word of mouth, we can end generational ACEs. There's a question that I get asked often when it comes to ACEs Matter, and it normally is, what problem does ACEs Matter solve? And I love this question because I typically will put it back on people, and I will say, I want you to imagine that there was a parent who had children, whose children had children, and all three of them from that family grew up in what one would consider a crappy childhood. That means we have 3 generations of family members leaving home under the conditions of trauma. That means most, if not all, of their future decisions and their belief system will be influenced by trauma. A pattern of trauma creates adults without direction that may cause harm to themselves or others. So the opposite does the opposite, and all it takes is a conversation. So what problem does ACEs Matter solve? So when we start the conversation about ACEs, we close a knowledge gap. The conversation on ACEs can save millions of lives and billions of dollars. Word has it that knowledge is king and compassion is queen. So our stories and conversations close this gap. So starting the conversation gives everyone a choice of where to turn and not have to find out at a copy machine. The market size question and the opportunity. I'm not actually happy to say that I'll be in business forever, but the truth is I'll be in business forever. This company will be needed forever. The conversation that we have, unfortunately, with the way things are looking, will be needed forever. Because 6 out of 10 people that you run into will have experienced at least one of these ACEs, adverse childhood experiences, abuse, neglect, or household dysfunction. Some sort of childhood trauma, whether it's captured in those 10 questions or not. 6 out of 10, okay? And then 1 out of every 6 would have had 4 or more of them. That means they had a crappy childhood, right? And so the data suggests that intergenerational trauma is strongest amongst those who live below the poverty line. Yeah, so it's unfortunate to admit that this business will be in business forever. The battles that we face with trying to educate people who have disrupted nervous and digestive systems is massive. But the option to not do it is unacceptable. So millions of people in the world don't know they need the information we have, and our goal is to create robust ways to bring the information into their communities. The conversation is an opening. The other favorite question that I like to answer is the one that asks, what is your company about? What is your product about? And how does it solve the problem? And with ACEs Matter being 29 months old, going on 30 months, I realized that the company is about getting the information out there, just hitting go. We'll worry about being perfect later. And then our product is an accessible conversation. And that accessible conversation may include our personal stories. And here's our superpower. We can predict the future. That adverse childhood experience study basically gave us the tools to predict the future by having people answer 10 to 15 questions about their childhood. So if ACEs can be predicted, ACEs can be prevented. So the data says an intolerable amount of young adults are entering society having experienced childhood trauma, and the world is not ready for them. The mental and physical states of people who raise children will forever control what happens next. And so no child should leave home with ACEs, but since it feels inevitable, we got to prepare for them. And I guess if prisons and welfare systems can build in preparation for these people, so can healing communities. So the question, why are you seeking funding and how will you spend it? I am seeking funding because I ain't got the money in my bank account to do it myself. I love that question. I'm seeking funding because I'm bored. No, honestly, seeking funding because the well, we could do things a lot better if we had more money in the well. We've been doing them okay, but we know that we can go from good to great if we had access to more funds. And I'm seeking funding because of my own personal story. And if my story is like that, I know based on just the work that I've done in 29 months, there's more people that need this information that we have. Here's what I'm saying. 79 family members, 5 generations on my maternal side. We share 660 adverse childhood experiences, ACEs. The average ACE score of those 79 family members across 5 generations is an 8.5. You round it up, it'll be an 8.6. That means 5 generations of people have really crappy childhoods. Where there are world issues, there are probably ACEs. And we are seeking funding because America is only as strong as its weakest link. And some of today's weakest are weak because of their childhoods. One team, one score. No story lives unless someone wants to listen, and those who tell the stories rule the world. Children are being asked to be resilient in unresilient environments. Starting this conversation could change that. If we could reach 10,000 people because of the funds raised on this platform, we would be able to bring 10,000 new people to the awareness of their adverse childhood experience and resilience score. We would be able to support the infrastructure and the robust marketing campaign so that every single person that we come in contact with has an opportunity to learn about ACEs and make their own decision of where to turn next for their generation, for their community, and for even their immediate family. This project will be able to be executed by a project manager under the direction of the founder, me, Cindy Stanford. I'm excited to bring my people on, and I do hope that you all see the value in supporting this grassroots project that means so much to me and the world we live in. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, that was heavy.
Childhood experiences is real. Okay. I want you to get in contact with Miss Cindy Stafford. Okay. Whoever you are, wherever you are, take your ACEs test. I did it. I took mine, and it helped me to understand who I am today and who I was and who I'm going to be. As there it is right there. Cindy Stanford, we honor you. Okay. You are real world changers. These are the kind of people that we honor. Okay. Hey, listen. I want you to hear something, Red. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Dig it. What happened? Okay. I'm going to have to come back to that. But we're gonna move right along. Okay, Reb.
Yes, sir.
Give us some wisdom on fatherhood.
Man, I first of all give all honor to God, who's the head of my life. Man, I really appreciate being here on such a positive move and just a recognition of how important fatherhood is. I was really impressed with your opening comments based on the statistics and studies, about those instincts, because the closer I find myself getting to God, the more broader those instincts becomes for all children. Christ said it specifically, suffer not the little children, let them come. And the kids they are our future.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with the lack of fathers in place, we have a society now that needs rescuing. When we could have stayed
that are in place, some young fathers need to learn how to be fathers
because they never had anyone to have as an example.
Exactly.
So it's all coming back full circle. Yes. We as fathers, we need to be in place. If we have lost contact with our sons, whatever efforts we need to take to try to get that line of communication back open is going to be the most important thing we can do as fathers.
Yeah.
It is a gift from God. Kids are a gift from God, and they're our gift.
Yes.
So as long as we see them as gifts, then we will honor them and we will care for them, and with the things that you were telling, the protection, the food, shelter, clothing. Well, mine has went beyond just my own personal kids.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that puts a smile on my face rather than when I see a little child and they little bitty feet and they little bitty legs. It just makes me smile. I'm looking at our future, and I'm looking at a gift from God.
I don't know a good person yet that can look at a baby and that baby smile at them that don't smile back.
I'm telling you, something wrong with you. Something wrong with your spirit, because they are the apple of God's eyes, and they should so much be in our eyes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the fathers, and my prayer and what I'm really hoping for is that we just get back in our lines and don't lose our space. Yeah. We need to be there for our kids, because we are the ones that give them direction and can show them their purpose and meaning. Yeah. And if they don't know where they can find the power source in God and through positive things, they don't know. They're going to latch on to what's out there and around them, and you know how destructive that can be. So I just admonish all the fathers that are in place, those who want to try. I would just be praying for the ones that would like to reconnect with their kids, because it's never too late, man. It's never too late.
I also want to honor those fathers that are standing up in the paint.
That's right.
Now, I specifically want to give honor to my fellow ex-convicts that are standing up in the paint.
Amen.
Okay? Dr. Crabb want to tell you something. If nobody else ever tells you, I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of your system, but I'm talking about fatherhood right now. So I'm talking to the brothers. Dr. Pride, listen, I am so proud of y'all. People don't know what an ex-convict goes through. Okay, after spending years of incarceration or years in a lifestyle that causes you to go in and out the system. And then when you finally get it together, it's not easy. But nobody said it was going to be easy. But it's not but it's not easy to stand up in the paint and know what to do. But one thing about doing time, if you got your mind right, you know what to do. Now, I truly believe that, we're giving, our side as fathers about fatherhood. But I think it's only fair that we should hear it from Queen. Okay? Now, I know a queen. Well, I don't know her personally, but I know of a queen that's here tonight that's going to give us a different viewpoint. Now, listen, this sister here, she's everywhere. All right? She's always doing something positive. She's a motivational speaker. I'll let her tell it. Let's welcome our guest tonight. Okay, this is Verne, and well, I can't say enough about this sister right here. Okay, but we're going to elevate with Verne.
Hey everybody! I gotta give you my pom poms.
Oh, there it is. You'll go nowhere without a pom pom.
Nowhere.
How you doing, Queen?
I am absolutely amazing. I am above ground. That is everything to be happy for. Okay.
Listen, every day I get up, and anybody that knows me will tell you, I tell them every day, I've been waiting on this day all my life. I have never, ever experienced this day before, and this is an amazing thing to have a brand new day.
Right.
Another chance to do something right, or better than I did it yesterday.
Chance to do it again and make it better. Yes.
Yes. Listen, Verne, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am a queen from Queens, okay? So my name is Elevate with Verne. I am a keynote speaker. I am an entrepreneur of Positive T-shirt line where it's inspiring and motivating, and you will feel absolutely amazing. That's one of my sayings when you wear them. Also, I help people to monetize their social media so they can get extra income from that. So, with that and working with the public and human resources, I just love what I do. And it is definitely, I'm thankful to the Father up above, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know where I'd be. So we all have a story, but I'm thankful.
Well, I'm going to tell you, like we used to say, you know what Overtown at?
Mm-mm.
You never heard of Overtown? Okay, that's in Miami.
Okay.
I lived on South Miami Beach 22 years, and certain people wasn't allowed to go across the bridge to Overtown to get their supplies.
Okay.
And we had a saying back then that real recognized real. And I recognized from the beginning. All right, this is what I do. And for those who don't know, I'm a mental health specialist. Okay. I work in the mental health field deeply. I'm very committed, my Hippocratic Oath is very serious to me. Yeah. But I'm doing it my way. I'm not doing it the way that people go to school to learn how to do it other people's way. All right. Right. I'm doing it my way. That's why I'm the doctor. And you're doing it your way. Let me tell you something, sister. I don't care, I'm insomniac. I barely sleep. Okay, I may wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll go. Guess who's on social media? This lady. I might wake up 12 o'clock and go on social media. Guess who's on social media? This lady. She don't even play, okay? And she's giving out the positive vibes. All right, but when I first came across, I just was browsing along, and I saw these queens. They were talking, but they wasn't okay. Nobody was twerking. Okay. No. Nobody was trying to put men down, put women down, tell you what's right, what's wrong. They were sharing knowledge. And then Elevate with Verne started praying. Her prayer was so powerful. I said, I got to meet this lady here. This queen here, she got a spirit in her. I had to meet her. It's so powerful. Yeah. And then I started researching. And I found out that you are deep. So
Google me, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. I did. And you are all over the place, and you doing it. Okay.
Thank you.
You are representing, Queen.
Thank you.
All right, now, but we want to ask that you and your wisdom to teach us or to show us or give us examples or your opinion or whatever on fatherhood. Mm-hmm. The positive aspects.
Wow. I think that is absolutely amazing because I'm sorry, is that popping up on the screen?
Yeah.
No, you see that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cut it off. I apologize. I apologize.
Some of the comments?
Yeah.
Yeah, that comes on. Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
They've been coming on continuously. You're a very popular lady.
I apologize. I thought I had cut them off. I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay. It's okay.
My daddy was military, and he was amazing. And I was adopted at birth. My mom passed giving birth to me. And he's the only daddy I know. Thank you. He's still here. God is keeping him. He's 92 years old. He still lives in Queens. And he was the best daddy that I've ever known till this day.
Well, I know one thing. If he's 92 years old, see, he comes from his teaching, his rearing, comes from a generation that was very important to be a man. To be a man.
Yes.
I ain't talking about running around showing your drawers.
Nope.
I ain't talking about trying to have much jewelry and putting down with black queens with explicit wordings. You know, I'm talking about you had to be a man. That means you're going to respect the woman like you respect your mother. All right. That means you are going to provide. You're going to protect. If you have to die doing that, so be it. All right. This is how we were taught. All right. We were taught to always respect our queens. Always. Because the history of the black woman is so amazing that they put it in the shadows. They put it in the shadows. But I know. You know.
He is definitely old school.
He's a man's man, wasn't he?
He's very old school. Even my son till this day, he'll be like, "You ain't working? Why you ain't got no job? You got to take care of your family." He don't play. That's just him.
Yes.
So
he's
a man's man.
Yes. Okay. We call them alpha males. I happen to be an alpha male. I don't play when it comes to my family because, see, God gave me a whole second chance in life. He gave me a beautiful wife and two beautiful sons for me to start over with, you know, and I'm not taking it lightly. I know the gift of me being honored to be involved in fatherhood again, because my daughter is 40 years old. So, you know, she's like, that daddy thing is over with. That done passed and gone. You know, because I was a fool back then and she ain't with it today. So my daughter is just like me. She don't play. You know, she ain't gonna bite her tongue, and she gonna let you know if you ain't right. So, but she tells me she's proud of me today. But one time, at one time though, all right. So my fatherhood I take very seriously. You know, I know you've seen other fathers in the community. Yes.
Yep.
Tell us about what you've seen in the community as far as fatherhood.
Well, I'm going to be honest, and it might be a little bit different for some people, but when I grew up in Queens, we grew up around people that were stars. Ella Fitzgerald, Brooke Benton, Illinois Jaquette, James Brown. So the people that we saw were very respectful, they would come to the house, and I'm like, I'm thinking they my mom and dad friends. But now, you know, when you get older, you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You on TV? Like, you know. So, you know, it was always a respectful thing. It was old school. Everybody in the neighborhood, if they saw you doing something bad, they were able to spank you and bring you home, and you still got another spanking.
That's
you know,
right.
You can't do that today because people are ready to fight you and do other things.
And you go to jail.
So, you know, it was the men that grew up around that I saw were always a man's man. They always took care of their family. And if they did something sneaky, we didn't know about it. We didn't know about
what you do is how you do it. Now, when I was growing up, we had something that was called old heads. The old heads, young boy, come here. What you doing, man? You know, and then, get over here, man. And they'll body box with us and slap box with us, you know, and they'll let us drink a little bit of their wine and laugh at us while we drunk, you know. But they would teach us how to be a man. They would teach us how to groom ourselves. Men don't even know about brushing their lips. Put the toothbrush to the lips. Brush those lips. Don't no woman want no man with no crusty lips.
No,
Kissing
not at
on
all.
her lips. Look at the lady's lips. She got her
And
lips.
clean your fingernails.
Please clean those
You know?
fingernails. Don't nobody want no being touched.
I don't you touching me them.
Ew. Okay, and they taught us how we have facial hair. Yeah, and I mean they just taught us how to groom ourselves. They taught us how to carry ourselves, how to dress. Make sure your colors match.
And respect, like open the door for a woman. Hi, how are you? Not grabbing, touching because they didn't say hello. You ready to hurt them?
Or lusting after her. No, you want to look at her with respect, not with lust.
Carry the bags in the house and stuff like that.
Taught in our community.
They taught us how to be gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes.
How to be gentlemen. Yes. Listen, Elevate with Verne. You are an amazing person.
Thank you.
Your opinion matters. I am so glad you was able to tell us about your father. May God bless him with many.
I love him so much.
Yes. And listen, you tell your daddy that we at the Dr. Speaks Variety Show honored that man.
Thank you.
Honored him. He did an awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The man who raised me wasn't my biological father either. Okay. But when you look at me, you look at my dad.
Yay.
Because I walk like him, I talk like him, I'm a writer, I'm a singer, everything that he is, I am. And that's what they instill in you to be the best. I don't care what you do, be the best. And if you fail big. There's no such thing as being a failure until you quit.
That's right.
No
quitting.
Never give up. Ain't no quitting. Ain't no quitting. Ain't no back up.
No quitting.
Quit. I don't know.
And when the old school saying when the times get tough, the tough get going. See, they don't do that. They like to give up.
Yeah.
No, you got to hang in there. You got to hang in there.
Yes.
Because you leave here.
She's so grateful for her father. Call in.
Yeah.
Call in. 954-288-8982.
You leave here and go somewhere else, it's going to be hard over there too. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. So here's the thing. Some people grow up in reality, and some people's reality is growing up. I'm going to say it again. Some people grow up in reality, and some people's reality is growing up. They're still growing up. I ain't talking about no 20-year-olds either. I'm talking about 40, 50, 60-year-old men. I'm one of them.
Man.
I'm one of them. It's not a bad thing. Okay?
As long as you grow up.
Everything. I had to give up everything. My way of thinking, my way of doing things. I had to submit. I had to become a servant. I gave up all my will to God. And that's the only way I'm here blessed today. My life is amazing today. All of my dreams are coming true.
Hallelujah. I know that's right.
So I'm a living example that it can be done. It's not impossible.
It's not.
I'm going to just give you a little bit. One time I was 132 pounds. I had $1,000 a day habit.
Wow.
Okay. We have a caller calling in. Yeah. Crack and cocaine. And
wow.
I've been to prison 5 times. And they said I would never amount to anything. And God said, you're a liar, because that's my child. He just got to bow down. That's all. I'm going to keep going until he bow down. I finally bowed down, and my life been like this ever since.
Amen. And it'll continue.
You say yes, and you will be blessed.
Yes. Absolutely. Say it again, sis.
You say yes, and you will be blessed.
Woo! What a powerful word. All right.
For real.
Listen, we are so honored to have you here with us tonight.
Anytime.
We got a call coming in. Welcome to the Dr. Speaks Variety Show. Who do we have on the line?
This is Shashana. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Shashana.
I am good. I want to just quickly and briefly say thank you. Thank you, Verne. Thank you, Baba and Reverend Al, for inspiring these young men to have something awesome to look forward to, and that's fatherhood.
Yes.
So thank you. Thank you for sharing. We appreciate you, and continue doing great.
All right.
Oh, nice.
You are welcome.
All right.
God bless.
We still have a few more minutes if anybody else wants to call in with comments, questions, or just to say hi. All right. Well, it looks like the time is up. We are going to have to go to commercial break. Part of what we do is support, small businesses and whatnot with our commercials. I do want to speak to you about monetizing my social media because I'm all over the place too.
Book your call. It's free for the rest of the year. Book your call.
I sure will. How will we book a call with you, Elevate with Verne?
You go right to my Facebook business page, Elevate with Verne, and right on the front it says book now. Hit that book button, and it is free until the end of the year. That is my Christmas gift to you guys.
Man.
Awesome.
So book your free 30-minute clarity call.
All right, and I'll be booked. Now you'll be on all times of night, so you'll see it before the sun comes up.
Look, I like to say I'm booked, busy, and blessed. Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right.
Thank you.
We're gonna have you back here because we do want to promote you.
Anytime.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye, y'all.
Right,
Love and light.
Good night.
Right
bitch. All right. We're gonna move on with our commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
For our returning citizen population in Florida and throughout the nation, let's change the narrative. Let's show them who we really are. Strong, motivated, encouraged individuals that made mistakes just like everyone else in life. We made mistakes and we deserve a second chance. And given that second chance, we're going to show you who we are. We're going to inspire and encourage our local communities. We're going to do great things for our families and for the rest of people, for the rest of the community who are watching us. We're not going to just meet those standards, but we're going to rise above those standards. And we're going to show you that returning citizens are a force to be reckoned with. My name is Giovanni Cyrus, the founder and executive of Reentry One, and I approve this message.
All right. Wow. Now that is another unsung hero. He's one of the people that I was telling you about earlier that was honored at the celebration. I do want to play the song. Okay. And it looks like, all right, listen. I want y'all to listen to the words to this song. If I can find it. All right. I want y'all to listen to the words to this song because this song is expressing how I feel. Never mind. Don't even worry about it because my audio is off. All right. So we're going to move right along. Pastor Al. Pastor Al. Are you with us?
I'm here, brother. I'm here.
All right. So, any closing remarks?
Yeah, I just want to thank you once again for allowing me to hang out with y'all this evening. Dr. Crabb, I love what you're doing, and I'm just so blessed to be your friend, your brother, and also your sometime pastor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
We enjoy having you when you come to speak and fellowship with us. You're a true man of God. I just love your wife, Shashana. And you are a true example of a father. You know, I've watched you. I watch you love on your family, man. I watch you go through things with your family. And I watch you pray your way through things with your family. And that's a real example of fatherhood. That's why I'm honored to be your co-host tonight. And my prayers continue to go out for you and with you and all the fathers that are making positive impacts in their family lives. So God bless you, my dear brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pastor Al. All right. So we are going to be leaving now. I appreciate everyone who came through right there. Donate now to the doctorproject.com. That's the doctorproject.com. Right there. All right. The drproject.com. You go on that website. If you need any, if you know someone that needs any counseling, all ex-convicts that go on my website for mental health counseling, the cost is absolutely zero. I'm going to say it again. The cost for ex-convicts and people in recovery is zero. Okay? Go to the Doctor Project. Contact me. All right? Thank you so much, Pastor Al. We are so honored to have you here today. And we love you and our family. You part of our family. You know? Yes. Yeah, I am so honored to have you as my brother. I am.
Man,
and listen, peace and blessings be upon us all. And we're going to say good night.
Good night.
There's a name that I can call on, a name that you all know, that if he have to reach way, way down, he will pick you up from below. He's my father, my provider, he's my everything. Through any problem, I can call him, and this is why I sing. For Jesus, give all the praises, Jesus. I just want to say thank you, Jesus, for you are my Lord. If God been good to you, let me know he been good to you. Let me see you get your hands up. If you know that he amazing, and you came here to praise him, let me see you get your hands up. See, this is celebration, and we came to celebrate him. Let me see you get your hands up. For his grace and his mercy, every day I thank him. And if you feel the same, then get your hands up. Always on time, he's an on-time God. He's my guide light when my path gets dark. He love me unconditional, even with my flaws. He still show me favor, so for him I go hard. Never in my life did he forsake me, all facts. Every day I wake up, I'ma praise him, no cap. Never stressing, cause he always bless me real rap. Don't put your hands up, cause I know you feel that, now clap. For Jesus, give all the praises, Jesus. I just wanna say thank you,